So welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my spiritual journey, which is a very, I don't know, I feel like everyone's spiritual journey is very, very personal to them. So some of the things that I did or like what worked for me may not work for you, and things like that. So what always triggers my spiritual dive-ins is usually bad. Like when bad things happen to me and I get like really hurt, or like I feel really truly deeply about something, and I have to just heal myself on a soul level, or discover something on a soul level, or just figure out the bigger reason as to why it happened. I like to self-reflect a lot. I like to always question and think and just figure out answers to like everything. Like I can't just be okay with an answer. Like I have to truly believe it. I have to feel it. I have to be like, yes, no, that is the answer. That's what's right with me. That's what resonates with me. That's what feels like is truth to me. So I guess my spiritual journey all started, I guess it's been starting since day one. You know, I always thought that it was weird, or I always questioned the fact that my biological father could never have children. He's never had a child before me, and you know, he's never had another child after me. That always made me like question things. And like that is my father, like that, like I wish I could pull up a picture of him right here. I don't really have a lot of pictures of him, or I would, and like I'm his kid. Like I am 100% like his kid, no doubt. But just that, and then the fact that I was born like 7.5 weeks early, you know, and like I don't have any, you know, health issues, or so that always made me like question things. Like there was a bigger reason as to why I was here, just because like my coming into this world wasn't traditional. It wasn't normal. Like it wasn't traditional. It wasn't like, you know, traditional. I don't know. That's the word I'm looking for. So that always made me question things, and a lot of like sleep paralysis that would happen all the time when I was little, or just I was always questioning things. I was never satisfied with the answers that people would really tell me. Like it would just be like, oh, okay, but like it wasn't ever like satisfying to me or my soul. It just didn't like resonate with me, the answers that I was told. Like I needed to like figure them out for myself. And then when I became a teenager and I started making a lot of bad decisions, putting myself in dangerous situations, reckless situations, and I was always okay. And I don't mean that in a cocky way. I mean that in like a very thankful, like I'm very thankful, very blessed. Like I was always okay, especially when I shouldn't have been. And so that made me question things like, you know, like a lot of things always made me question it. And just, I always just wanted to know and like learn, and just like, why are things this way, especially when it comes to me. So I think when I was like, I guess when I was living in Arizona and I was like 18, 19 years old, and I was making a lot of bad and reckless decisions, my car accident happened. And when that happened, these two guys showed up out of nowhere. They helped me out of my car, and they were walking me over to the curb so I could go sit down. And this one guy kept saying to me, like, you know, God saved you, right? And I don't know, I just thought that was something people said. Like, I was just like, yeah, okay, like, okay. And he was like, no, you know God saved you, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, no. And he like looked so serious, so stern with me. He's like, no, I need you to understand God saved you. You need to understand. Do you understand? You know God saved you, right? And like, just his tone and the way he was looking at me, just like everything, I was like, oh, no, I understand. Like, I understand. And I sat on the curb, and then I was like, I'm glad you understand. And then the EMTs came over to check on me, and when I looked back up, like these two men were gone. Like they literally came and left out of completely nowhere. Another thing that happened that really was the pioneer, I guess, for me to dig deeper inside myself, because I've always questioned, I've always learned, I've always done surface level research, but never diving deep inside myself and inside my soul. So I guess the next thing that really catapulted that was my friend Shay. She was always very spiritual. She always talking to me about little things she find out, like, you know, like surface level stuff she would find out, or like she was diving deeper inside herself and just figuring things out. And like, she would just tell me what she learned, or, you know, she was excited to share with me the information that she was learning, especially because I was such a questioning person. Another thing that happened was in summer 2017, I tried to commit suicide, and when I did that, I had a very, obviously it didn't work, you know, I'm here, I'm existing, which, like, thank you for that. And I had a very personal and spiritual experience when that happened. I haven't tried since that day. You know, I've still had the thoughts, I've still wanted to, I've like begged and pleaded and cried and tried to make deals with the universe to no longer exist. But it's not going to work. It doesn't work. Thankfully, it doesn't. But that very, very extremely spiritual, incident that happened the last time that I attempted was like, there is something more to me. There is something more to my existence. Everyone exists for a reason. I truly believe that. But I think that I think everyone exists for specific reasons, but some people's specific reasons are more in depth than others. There can be more layers and more levels to why, you know, someone is here. Like, I'm not going to like give examples. I was going to give an example, but I don't feel like diving into that right now. So that really kind of made me want to question more of myself. And then the last thing that really was just kind of like pushed me over the edge to dive into myself was, before I moved out of Arizona, a very traumatic and very bad thing happened. And I was so broken and so hurt on a level that I don't think I would ever be able to explain. I don't think there's enough words to explain how devastated, how broken, how hurt. Like, I felt so alone. Like, I would be in a room after the situation happened. I'd be in a room full of people and I would just feel alone. I would be just sad and depressed all the time. I don't think there's enough words to explain how I was feeling or what I was going through or anything. Like, I could not write enough poems to explain it. I could not make enough videos to explain it. I wouldn't wish anyone to experience how I felt, but I truly think is the only way that anyone will ever understand how I was afterwards. And because I was so hurt, so broken, and my first thing is to always run, to always escape, and that was not working. It got to a point where I was trying to escape so much in reality in this realm that it was just following me into my dreams, and I would have the worst dreams. I'd have the worst nightmares. I would get stuck in my nightmares, which is so scary. And it was so frustrating because I was scared to sleep. I was scared to go to sleep. So my want to escape just became even more, because it was like, I can't escape in real life. I can't escape in my dreams. I can't escape anywhere. And then a little light bulb just went off in my head one day, and it was like, because you can't run. You have to face these head on. You have to deal with this head on. You can't run away anymore. So that's when I decided to dig and dive so deep into my soul and into myself and just fix myself from the deepest part and just work my way up. I did a lot of journaling. I did a lot of writing poems. I did a lot of meditations. I did a lot of guided meditations. One of the ones that I think was the most impactful was my past life regression session. And it was a guided meditation into your past life. And ever since that day, so I think I did it in the summer of 2018. So probably like close to a year after the really, really, really bad thing happened. So I was trying to escape and run away for a while, you guys. But after I did the past life regression session back in summer 18. I haven't eaten beef. I haven't eaten pork. I'm so like it's just, I don't like, I've been eating beef and pork for my whole entire life. And it was just after I did that, I just never touched it ever again. Don't have a desire. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want a cheeseburger. And then like just the smell of it just turns me off. Like it's just not my thing. And you know, I saw my past life, you know, like looking back, like from a third person point of view almost. Some of it was a third person point of view, and some of it was as if I was that her, you know, like I was her, but you know what I'm trying to say. Which is really a really cool experience. I thought it was very cool to experience that. And it just helped me deal with things and release things and just let things go. And I just kept working my way up, you know, and I had to, you know, deal with that person. You know, I tried to get an apology. I tried to talk things out. Which is insane. Like if you knew what happened and you knew that I was like asking this person for an apology, because I thought that that's what would give me my closure. I thought that's what would help, you know, because I don't hate people, you know, I don't hate people. I don't wish bad upon people. That's just not me. It's not in my character, you know. I may do things out of ego or out of spite, but even when I do things out of spite, it literally haunts me and it bothers me for forever, honestly. So you know, I tried to talk to that person. I tried to get an apology. I tried to get them to admit what they did. And it just wasn't going to happen. You know, they're not that type of person. You know, everything's always everyone else's fault, or, you know, everything's my fault, or I'm crazy, or whatever the case may be. So I just kept working on myself, you know. When I realized that person I was already doing work on myself, but when I realized that person wasn't going to give me, you know, what I needed, I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing through everything, and to just be okay again. And a lot of that had to do with being spiritual. I feel like being spiritual and healing myself were kind of like this balancing act. They were very hand in hand. And I wouldn't want anyone's spiritual journey to be because they were broken. You know, like I've never done psychedelics to be spiritual or have spiritual breakthroughs. Every spiritual breakthrough I've had has been stemmed from trauma or something bad happening or something that triggers something inside of me. That's always how it is for me personally. And it's been like that since I could remember. So I think that everyone's spiritual journey is unique to them, and what works for me might not work for, you know, someone else, like I said. So, like I said, that past life regression really helped. I think then after that, you know, the poetry and everything like that, I guess, and I would write letters too. Like I would write letters and like burn them, because I just feel like it was very like release. It was just releasing, you know, to just pour everything out, you know, read it as if you were talking to them, or just, you know, close it up and just be done with it. That really helped. And when I finally got closure on that situation, I felt better, but it didn't make me want to stop exploring myself. So I started exploring different parts of myself, you know, the psychic abilities I have, the gifts that I have, trying to just harness them and just be better and practice. I do believe in God. I do believe in Jesus. I do believe in the angels. I pray to God, Jesus's Father, our Father, you know. I pray to him. I write to him. I pray to his angels and stuff like that. So I just don't go to church, me personally. It's just not my thing. I can feel people's emotions. I'm very sensitive to other people. I don't like to be in crowds because of it. I don't like to really go to concerts because of it. I just don't, you know. In crowds, like I hate when people touch me. I hate when people are like too close to me. Like I just, fairs and stuff, like it's hard for me to be, because it's like I can feel everyone's emotions and it's so draining. It got to the point where I literally had to start wearing clear quartz, which is like, it's like an aura protection kind of crystal. I had to start wearing that when I went out, because it was just getting so intense and I would just be so depleted by everything. Just imagine feeling in a grocery store and feeling every single person's emotions. it's a great gift, but sometimes it can be really frustrating. But like I said, I'm thankful for every single one of my gifts, and you know, I was given them for a reason. You're not given things. You know, I don't believe in coincidences. I don't think that the universe is going to give you something if they know you're not going to utilize it properly. I'm very good at manifesting things, you know. I like to do a lot of mirror work. So where you sit in front of the mirror and you reflect, or just say like I am statements like I am powerful, I am this, I am that, or just like, you know, whatever you're trying to like accomplish. Like, I love my new job. If you haven't gotten that new job yet, just manifesting it. You know, if you act like you already have it, it's easier for it to come into your life, I think, because you've already accepted it and you've already made space for it in your life. So it's easier. It's an easier and smoother transition, I think. You know, I talk to the universe and I'll just be like, you know, I want this, so I will sacrifice this. Not like something, but like, okay, for example, like I don't get my nails done anymore because I made a deal with the universe. I wanted something specific. So to show them that I'm serious about it, I stopped getting my nails done. Like stuff like that. Just I make little deals with them, or like little sacrifices. I don't really know how to explain that well, but that's kind of just what I do, and I think it works. So those are just little tips and tricks that I do. I've done readings on like a couple different people, and I haven't heard any negative feedback on them. So I don't know. I really enjoy doing readings. I don't do them with tarot cards because I personally don't like tarot cards. I don't like using tarot cards. I have tarot cards, and I have like a how-to book to like learn and stuff like that, but it's not my thing. But oracle cards, or just like cards with like little messages like these. Like I pulled this one. I think I pulled this one like a couple Sundays ago. But like stuff like this, like with messages and stuff, I like those. Those are the cards that I like. Intention cards, oracle cards. I think those work better than tarot cards for me personally. And everyone has different preferences. You know, some people don't have the same preferences that I do and things like that. So some awesome YouTube channels is the Gem Goddess. I really like her. Stargirl the Practical Witch, she's amazing as well. I just like them for spiritual. They do tarot card readings. They're very good at like explaining things as well. I really enjoy their videos, and they've definitely helped me along my spiritual journey. So but yeah, I definitely hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you know, just dig inside yourself, even if it's just a little bit, just a little below the surface. As long as you're trying to be better than you were yesterday, I think that's like the biggest thing. And, you know, everyone makes mistakes. Everybody has mistakes. No, I'm just kidding. But no, everybody does make mistakes, and you can't be mad at yourself for forever because of something that you did out of ego or out of spite or for revenge or like whatever, which is something I still struggle with and I'm still having a hard time with. So that was a message for me and for you guys, because it's definitely something that I still struggle with things like that. I'm still not this great saint wow person, but I really try to just be better than I was yesterday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely dig deep within inside yourself. Check out the YouTube channels that I suggested, or just any other ones, spiritual ones and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.